Hate Skype. Thank you, Skype.
Thank you, Skype.
3, 2, 1. This is Radio Free Cybertron 688. I am Brian Kilby. What is Radio Free Cybertron, you may be asking yourself? Well, Radio Free Cybertron is the original Transformers Internet radio show, or podcast, as they're called today. We're approaching our 21st anniversary. Often imitated, never recreated. Original, the best. We're Radio Free Cybertron. That was Diecast. Talking under me. What are you doing, Diecast?
I'm enjoying a pumpkin iced coffee that my wife bought me, because apparently it's the first day that you can get pumpkin. So.
Oh, actually,
yes, I saw that.
Now that you mention it,
yeah,
Cookout only has like 2 weeks left of the watermelon shake, so I need to avail myself to that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I need to do that. Also, Don.
I was at Marshall's, and they have all the pumpkin coffee flavorings and the coffee and all the pumpkin spice you could possibly want is already out.
Rob.
Hello.
Matt.
Hey, how's it going?
John Dillon will be here eventually. And Chris is on assignment. Thanks to Chris for covering his hosting duties for me last week. I will be honest, though. Nothing to do with that. It's just I've been so crazy busy with everything, work and everything going on. I haven't had a chance to go back and listen. So I actually kind of feel really bad because I really enjoy listening to the episodes I'm not on. Did not turn out that way. In the chat before showtime, I started talking about how much I love Skype. So right now our chat at tfradio.net/discord are making fun of Skype. Guys, don't do that. Skype is our bread and butter. Thank you, Skype, for what you do to us each and every week.
Boy, that's an open-ended statement.
Yep. Hey, don't forget, if you're not already connected to our Discord, tfradio.net/discord. It's open 24/7, 365. We also have our Patreon at patreon.com/tfradio. We are posting our new This Week in History on the Fives podcast, basically what was going on 5, 10, 15, yada, yada, yada years ago. It's a lot of fun. We need to record some more soon, so I'm going to try to get some volunteers for that. It was a blast. It's a lot of fun. We are doing that exclusively for our patrons, again, at patreon.com/tfradio. If you'd like to join, check it out. It's awesome, and it's basically how we pay for everything. Oh, man. What else? So, we're still sort of shelter in place. I guess things are open, but, the world itself is mostly still on lockdown. So there's no conventions going on to look forward to. New York Comic Con would be coming up here in a couple months, or next month. Yeah, it's canceled. So I guess what we're some of the stuff that we're seeing through these Tuesday reveals on Instagram and Hasbro Pulse and everything. I guess some of those would be the stuff we would have got at SDCC. But coming up,
would we have? Because these are all basically the subscription service figures.
Well, I mean, they got to release it. They got to release it somehow. That's still new stuff. It's still like I figured we would start getting we would get a hint of some big reveals at SDCC this year, than more at New York Comic Con. So we'll see if something new happens between now and October. There have to be some Kingdom reveals coming up beyond just Kingdom. There's so many leaks out there already that we're going to talk about. Just got to figure. Of course, somebody will probably leak it from a PowerPoint before the official announcement. And we'll have a leak cast.
Yeah, about 8 hours before the official announcement.
Yeah, I got to say, for our personal...
Probably 2 hours after this week's show.
Yeah, for our personal members, though, I welcome it. God, the leak cast got so many downloads. It was amazing.
It was fun to do, too.
Yeah, and I wasn't even on it. Hey, maybe that was a sign.
No.
Yeah, so... But, so we'll see what's going on. John's not here, but he's already put in the show notes that he got nothing this week. So let's go jump to that. Don wanted to go first.
Massey is having some issues because his routine is now changed. So he's peed on 2 different articles of clothing, a bedspread and a blanket. So he's still not happy, but he's getting used to it, I think. We bought some of those cat calming stuff for rooms. So we're going to plug those in and hopefully it'll calm him down a little bit. We did find out though that he loves watching the YouTube channel with birds and fish, and he likes watching cooking shows with her. So,
nice.
There's that. But anyway, stressful week, and I bought a bunch of shinies. First thing I got was some off-topic stuff. I found a Spider-Man figure from the new. Let me switch windows here. From the new Spectacular, the 90s Fox Classics packaging.
Don't think I knew that there was an actual Spider-Man in that wave. I just thought it was Peter Parker with the half Spider-Man face.
Yeah. This is not the only one. I kind of want the Electro, but
I want the Daredevil.
I just want one. I'm getting this one. But to quote Linkara, he's radioactive.
Which Spider-Man is that? Is it the standard one they've been putting in all the like Marvel Legends stuff?
To me, it looks like it's as close as you're going to get to the Fox Kids version, which is basically the same color palette they used on the Toy Biz version when they came out. That's what it looks like to me, but I'm going that from memory. But I just wanted one because I love the Spider-Man 90s Fox Kids almost as much as the X-Men.
Well, there was a super premium, nice Spider-Man Marvel Legends figure they did 2 or 3 years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and they repackaged it in the other Toy Biz packaging.
The
like 800 times.
Yeah, it's a nice toy, but I don't need it again.
Yeah, I heard the articulation on that Spider-Man is excellent.
Oh, it's ridiculous, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that one's staying in pack. I mean, I may get another one, take one out, but I just wanted one just because I like the series. Thanks to GameStop's Power Days sale and a coupon that was expiring, I picked up the Mysterio Diamond Select statue for half off.
Does it light up?
Nah, I don't.
That would be awesome.
But I wish it did. But I've always liked classic. Mysterio and Shocker are 2 of my favorite classic Spider-Man villains, just because their outfits are so ridiculous. I mean, Shocker is like, I'm going to put on a quilt and fight and steal. Okay, you're wearing a quilt. That's very brave of you. And my last thing,
not being a classic Spider-Man fan, I just don't think of the Shocker as a Spider-Man villain so much. Because he was mostly featured in the Fox Kids cartoons, so I figured I know he wasn't created for that, but I think of him as being created for the Fox Kids cartoon. Yeah.
And but I mean, I'm glad I got him. I may get the Electro, but if they do a wave 2, it depends. Something I wasn't expecting to find today, this is what I think Matt may be mad at me for. Marvel Legends War Machine. The new one, the new multi-pack with all these.
Holy crap, that looks nice.
Stuff.
Yeah, you'll have to show it again when
Matt's actually here.
Oh, I didn't realize we lost him. So I walked in and it's the same price point assortment as the Black Widow one that's been out for a while.
$30.
And I looked in the back and thought, Black Widow. Ooh, that's a different packaging. And then it turned out to be the more classic Iron Man with all the special effects and stuff. So I got that, and I'll bring that up when Matt comes back. And what I got on topic was a couple of things. Was Cyberverse maybe continuing, maybe not, since we probably got that in the show notes about what was revealed this week. I decided to go ahead and get Hot Rod just because I don't know how hard he's going to be to find later. I'm going to sell the McAdams part like I've done on the rest of them, so at least I've got him.
XP says that he's mad at you if it makes you feel any better.
I'm sorry. Well, Chris, they had a second one. If it's still there, I can pick it up for you. There's that. I stopped, again, this was all from Target today when I stopped. I've got Wild Wheel. Found Wild Wheel.
Oh, nice.
Found Thunder Howl.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to catch up on Cyberverse. As soon as it settles down, I'm going to try to catch up on Cyberverse. And the last thing I got was, I did this just for the colors. The
wow.
Squadron. Mainly just because they look so incredibly G2. And they only got in 2. I went back to get this a few weeks ago. It was gone. And then I'm guessing it just mysteriously reappeared at some point because it was only one on the shelf. So either it was restocked and someone bought one, or the one that had been there just reappeared. So I went ahead and got I got that because, again, the colors are just so outrageous. It's worth it just for the colors. And that is it. That's what I've got in the past about 2 weeks.
Cool.
Spent too much, but I wanted some new stuff.
We've been joined by John, but he didn't get anything. Rob, did you get anything?
Yes, I did, in fact. Besides, and many thanks to you once again getting a 3D printer, which is providing my brother with no end of entertainment and learning experiences so far. He has figured out how to construct whistles, and that's as far as he's gotten.
That's the file I left on the card. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, he managed to do that one, and he couldn't get anything else to print, so he found plans for a different whistle and got that to print, but so far he can't get anything else to print.
Welcome to 3D printing.
Again, yeah, he's calibrating. He found a couple of... he said he accidentally borked the heating element, so I ordered some replacement parts for that. And so yeah, luckily, as he said, it's like one of the cheapest parts to break on the thing.
It is.
Yeah. So, but other than that, I got a fair amount of stuff myself. I had a pile of loot waiting at Big Bad Toy Store because I was expecting the Generation Selects cassette set to be back in stock in July, and this stuff just kind of reached the end of its pile of loot ability. So. I got the Mega Constructs Claptrap from Borderlands. That is tiny and adorable, and I'm...
Ooh.
I did not have a Claptrap figure prior to this, and it's nice to have one, and just Mega Constructs is such a great line. I'm always happy to get more of those. Also got the Dr. Aphra from the Star Wars Vintage Collection. I'd been wanting to get that, and they had a decent price on it. Now I just have to hope that they put her 2 Murder Droid companions in like individual releases, because that SDCC set just costs way too much. But it's a decent figure, but whoever decided to put Iron Man 2 style hip joints on Star Wars Vintage Collection, please stop. Also got the Gundam Universe Banshee figure. I'd been waiting. I got that on sale a while back, and again was waiting for a bunch of stuff to ship. The Banshee, it's not a bad figure. There's some jointing in there I recognize from my old, beloved MS in Action line. There's ways of doing things that Bandai still uses that I recognize from that. But other than that, everything, it's not bad. It just has a certain feeling of fragility to me because everything is hard plastic. Whereas, MS in Action was all PVC, so it had a certain amount of give to it that I always liked. But it's good looking, paint's pretty good. It is not as good as a Robot Spirits figure, but it will also cost you less than half as much, so it's totally worth getting one of those if you see it cheap. And also, I kind of like the just opaque bright pink beam sabers instead of the clear plastic they've been doing forever. That's a nice touch. And the other thing I got from Big Bad Toy Store kind of threw me down a little bit of a rabbit hole. There's this Bandai line, a model kit line called 30-Minute Missions, and they're in the same scale as the smaller Gundam models, except the idea is that they are modular in a Zevaz or Zoids blocks kind of way, and the way they accomplish this is with 3mm rails. It is a Gundam model made entirely out of Miyake joints, and I kind of fell in love with the dumb thing. So I wound up with 2 more of those off of Amazon before, like, about 2 days later. I started out with the Alto, which is for Gundam people. It's basically a gym. Went to the Rabiat from there, a little bit thicker built, but it's all just very easy to assemble, all built along the same structures, so it's really easy to do, one after the other. And there's like upgrade craft for the things too that you can attach them various configurations. I wound up with a bunch of so I've got like 3 of those, and I may end up with more before I'm done. And
So,
lastly, yeah.
So is that like sort of like the Shoto line for Common Rider, kind of like that same easy build, quick assembly kind of thing?
Kind of. I mean, Shoto, I have a few Shoto figures too. There's only a couple of parts on those you actually have to build yourself. Okay. This is like a ground up model kit build, but again, it's a very simple one. If you ever want to get a Trion 3 and work your way up to building it, Don, you may want to get one of these to practice on, because they're like $12-15. They're easy to put together. They have pretty clear instructions. It would be a good place to get started if that's ever anything you want to spend time on.
It is. I'm still hoping for a Soul Chigokin one, but that's definitely a start.
Yeah. And lastly, I did actually get something on topic at the end of all this, which is some kind soul, and I don't know who, sent me Earthrise Grapple. And they also sent me a note in place of their name saying, watch the pegs, and I got advice online as to how to file those down. And I'm glad I did, because I really like this figure. It's one of those figures that you know how I am. There for a lot of things. If we get G1 with articulation and that's it, I won't quite be satisfied. But then there's that one that just does it exactly the way I would want it done, and Grapple is one of those. Grapple just has excellent leg articulation. Everything about him feels great. I love his claw accessory that can hold the plank masters and other building parts from the modular system. It's just a really, really, really nice toy, and thank you very much to whoever sent that to me.
Sweet.
That is a really nice thing. And that is everything I got this week.
Cool. Let's see here. Matt's not back yet. So, Diecast, you want to show the stuff off? Bet your microphone's not working, so... Hopefully...
That was because I was muted.
Oh, that would be the issue, wouldn't it?
This is the part of what I've 3D printed so far from Funbee Studios. This is Skylinks, where it actually gives him all the boosters or fuel tanks, which I'm super excited about. I'm having a problem if you're gonna 3D print this stuff. It's not perfect, but it's really good. Like
are they solid or hollow?
Some of the pieces are like this. This is all hollow because it's a play set too. So it unfolds and there's ramps and doors and
wow.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with this set. And the 2 white boosters are still printing. So, but the door, there's a little tab on it which broke apart, and I'm having a hard time keeping in this center section where the Autobot emblem is connected to this top section, because the door is supposed to help hold it all together. And I think the fuel tanks will help hold it all together because they peg in on these orange clips that go into Skylinks or Links or however you want to say it. But yeah, I've spent about 4 days now trying to print this.
Hey, can you 3D print one for me? Do I know anybody out there's got a 3D printer? Can you print these things for me?
Man, it is a lot of work.
Yeah, so what I hate seeing, being on Twitter, somebody would tweet, "Hey, does anybody know anybody with a 3D printer?" And then they tag, "Hey, B. Kilby, you got a 3D printer?" No! Don't tag me. It takes days to print this stuff. Don't volunteer me.
And then it falls apart.
Yeah.
Or one little tab breaks off and you're done.
Yes.
But yeah, you can subscribe to them, or they have a Patreon, which is Funbee Studios.
$5 a month, I think you get everything.
Yeah, you can get every STL file.
I think for $50 a month, you actually get a license to resell the stuff.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
So, but man, that would be.
If you have a bunch of 3D printers.
Yeah, if you had a bunch, all right, but I'm not interested in reselling. I'm not even interested in printing any for a friend. Sorry. It's like too much. And plus there's so many things I want to print. It would just hold me up from something I actually want to print.
So if anybody on Twitter says, does anybody have a 3D printer? Tag at Diecast2 and says, I think Diecast does.
Yeah, thanks. I also got something really awesome, which is Fans Toys Dune Rider, Dune Runner. I think it was Dune Rider, and then they changed his name to Dune Runner. And for everyone who can't see the video, it's Beachcomber. It's Masterpiece Beachcomber. And they did a really nice job on him. Like,
it looks like a non-transforming action figure.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it transforms at all. It's amazing.
Wow.
There's no kibble on that thing. It's not a transformer.
Yeah, there's really not.
I guess technically the wheels are kibble, but
if it's accurate to the design of the G1, well, I guess he didn't have wheels on the side of his legs. So yeah, I mean the wheels are kibble, but it looks so good everywhere else, I can forgive the wheels. But I got him. Very happy with him. I also got the Non-F Productions upgrade kit for exhaust.
Or so he thinks. For people not watching the video, he's holding up an envelope.
Yes. But I'm holding up the back of the envelope so you don't see my address.
This time.
This time. Yeah, I didn't open it yet. It came today. But I'm super excited about that because Chris got it, and I kept checking the website because it said it was going to come back in stock in July, and it finally came back in stock in August, and I was able to get one. So, thanks, Chris, for turning me on to that. And then as far as unrelated stuff, I did get 2 Cobra Island figures.
Well, I'm jealous on the... never mind.
On which one? The
Beachhead.
Beachcomber? Or Beachhead? I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was talking over you. I apologize. I'm just so anxious because I wasn't on last week and I haven't got a chance to talk in front of anybody.
The Beachcomber, the Beachhead is nice.
The roadblock is unnecessary because I don't know why we need a second roadblock. A second different roadblock.
I agree.
That
I
was
agree
quick.
100%. But then I'm like, when I found him, I was like, well, I might as well get roadblock.
I mean, I love roadblock. I would rather have a first roadblock that looks like roadblock.
Or a Tiger Force roadblock.
Oh, God, yes.
Brian will take anything Tiger Force,
usually,
to be fair. And then I also got the Lord Zed Rita Repulsa 2-pack, which came in from GameStop. And this is actually, Don, when you said you had something to make Matt jealous, I thought this is what you were talking about. And I was like, how do you know Matt didn't get one of those?
I'm not the Power Rangers fan that y'all are. I'll just stick with War Machine.
But thanks again, Hasbro. Ooh. Like the Psycho Rangers, you made me buy another Lord Zed. Thanks.
Well, that one's supposed to have some paint differences, doesn't it?
Yeah. His fingertips are actually painted this time.
Oh, nice.
And there's some new accessories, and his staff is molded correctly.
So they did the paint the correct way this time instead of the incorrect way the first time. It's almost like they planned that. Maybe we'll just forget to put this paint app on it, and when we bring it out the second time, we'll add that paint app back on. I'm not saying
Diecast, I just recently was able to finally get unmuted. I had a question with you've got Arcos, right, from X-Transbots?
Yes.
Okay, how is he versus the Fans Toys Beachcomber? Have you had a chance to sort of, at least as far as get a general idea?
Oh, Fans Toys is so much better.
Okay.
Definitely.
Diecast is always going to say that, though. He's a shill for Fans Toys.
Yeah.
Yeah. They pay me regularly. The other thing...
And they get it right back.
The other thing that I was supposed to get today was the Seeker 2-pack, the Conehead Seeker 2-pack from Amazon. It shipped on Wednesday. It was supposed to be, or it shipped on Monday. It was supposed to be on Wednesday. Today I come home and I'm like, packages in here. And I look and it says, oh, it'll be here by 8. Well, then UPS sent me, because lately Amazon's been using UPS to send stuff to me. Amazon said, yeah, this won't be here till Friday. So I sent Amazon a message just because I'm like, UPS keeps doing this to me. This is not the first package from Amazon that they give it to UPS, and UPS is like, yeah, we'll deliver it on Wednesday, and then, oh no, never mind, we're going to be 2 days late. So I kind of complained to Amazon. I'm like, I understand it's not your fault, but you keep giving these packages to UPS, and UPS keeps doing this to me. So I just wanted to make them aware that I was unhappy with the service UPS is providing for them.
Lots of people aren't happy with the Conehead set. Not just that.
Oh, really?
I mean,
well, yeah, because of their shipping, basically just putting labels on the box. But yeah, Amazon was like, "Well, we'll refund your money."
I've heard rumor of defective parts as well, mostly on Ramjet.
Yeah, there's some defective parts as well. Yeah.
But yeah, Amazon was like, we'll just refund your money back, and when the item comes, you don't have to return it.
So people are getting it either in the shipping box from Hasbro, which I think is insufficient because that doesn't offer much protection. They are sending it just straight up in without anything and just slapping the sticker on the toy's packaging itself, which sucks.
Yeah, the retail box, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's insufficient sending it in the shipping box, which has happened to me before with Transformers, or shipping it in a real box. And yeah, I mean, lots of people are getting it in the box the toy comes in, which is what happened with me.
Yeah. So, and last but not least, because I forgot something, I got the
Astro Squad,
the Micromasters shuttle, which I love shuttles. That's one of the reasons I'm printing that Skylink shuttle accessory. But this is great. This is a great toy. It's not perfect, of course, but it's $10, so it's really not bad. I just love it because it's a shuttle, and it even, like Skylinks, it has the NASA logo on it and everything, which I think is really cool. But yeah, that's all I got this week.
Cool. I did not get that. Matt?
Well, it's a darn shame you didn't get the Seeker 2-pack diecast because they're really nice. I'm enjoying my Seeker 2-pack that I got in an actual Amazon box without the shipping label attached to the
nice
retail packaging. And
do you have any broken parts?
And my Ramjet with no default or faulty parts. So, yeah.
What are the faulty parts?
Out. I don't know. I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't have a problem, and I've seen people complaining, but I haven't seen anybody say what's wrong with it. But
something with the leg, and apparently some of them are getting the cockpit without a window or something.
I think maybe like one of the upper wing parts that folds up too. But I don't know. But mine are wonderful. They are lovely. There are some choices made on these to differentiate them from the other molds. Like they've got their great big Conehead Seeker knee pads, which take a little bit of getting used to. It's a little weird. It's an aesthetic choice that you just got to kind of come to terms with. And just because of the engineering and the way they hide away, the heads of them, the cone heads, are a little bit small. It's not a deal breaker or anything like that, but like you put them next to Starscream, they kind of look like they have tiny heads. But other than that, they're just wonderful. I love my Seekers. I anxiously await any news on how we're going to be able to get thrust.
Yeah. For those who don't yet have the Thundercracker and Skywarp set, it's currently showing on Target as being able to ship.
Hooray!
Yeah, so, and it's showing back up in stores, but if you in the US, you can order it and have it delivered. I actually picked up a second set that I have on the way right now.
And like Diecast, I also got my Rita and Zed 25th anniversary wedding set from GameStop. It came in the mail Monday, I think. And I mean, Zed is pretty much what we had before. Like I said, they've remolded the staff so it's shaped correctly now, and they painted his fingertips, which the first one missed out on. Couple other accessories, just add-ons, and I think at least a different color effect piece. I don't know if it's a completely different piece, but Rita's really nice. Like I'm liking that one. I'm really hoping that I'm sure we'll get a single release because everything seems to get a multi-pack and a single release eventually. So hopefully they'll do like a Machiko Soka head. And from Hasbro Pulse, I got Rita and Zed, so I needed more putties. So I got 2 of the 2-pack. So along with the 2 putties I had before, I'm up to 6 now. I think that's a pretty good patrol.
Yeah. It's not like Sharktacons. You don't need that many putties.
No, I don't need to go into the 30s there. And they do have a pretty nice effect part. It's like a vest, an explosion vest that you just kind of clip over them.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's kind of cool.
Matt, you were talking about them getting single releases. They could recolor Rita as what was she in Mystic Force? Supposedly she became good, and she was the White Mother.
Magic Mother. Yeah,
Mystic Mother. Mystic Mother.
Yeah, Mystic Mother.
They could redo her as Mystic Mother. Yeah.
Well, I mean that would be like a whole new outfit. Like you could use the base body, but yeah, actually that'd be a pretty much completely new figure. They'd have to redo the head and everything because that was Machiko Soka. But yeah, that's all I got.
Cool. I'll try to go quick. Okay, so first, I'm moving next week into the new house next Friday. So this week I got Radon, which is not an awesome transformer from Japan. It's a radioactive gas. So the basement has radon, so we have to get that mitigated. So I'm super excited about getting lung cancer for my new office.
Well, yeah, and it's not like you'll be down there a lot, so.
What, Don?
Well, I mean, Brian, wouldn't that have already been before the house was sold? Wouldn't it have already had to pass an inspection?
Oh, that's part of this. It's part of the buying process. I pay for the inspection and the radon test. Right. So
no, but I mean, I thought during the they would check on that during the course of the building before it went up for sale.
No,
is what I thought.
No. So I'm pretty excited about Radon. I'll pretend it's Rodan, which is much cooler. So,
are you going to mutate?
Hopefully not. So
hopefully not.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're putting in the fan, so hopefully it'll take care of it.
Oh, maybe you'll merge with the fan. Like, your superpower will be something like you'll turn into Airman. You've already got a blue shirt. So.
That's true. So I did get the racetrack patrol. Yay. I got 3 more God, I probably have these, and I say this every time I buy these because it's true. But the Creo, I'm pretty sure I have all of these. But it's been over the course of like 4 years I've been buying them, and Dollar General keeps getting them. Those Creos that transform. It's got Ironhide, Megatron, and Grimlock. So when I unbox all the stuff from the move, I'll probably find that I have 40 of those, and it's like a set of 6. Okay. I also got the Seeker set, the Coneheads. So, excited about that. They're gorgeous. Very nice. Okay, what else? I got the Generation 2 Tiger handheld game.
And it's loud.
It is very loud, yeah.
Is it the most fun you've had?
Yeah, I never actually played the original. And I don't really have a good understanding of how a liquid crystal display like this works. So I don't, which I should look that up. You would think that was something I would have read up on in the past, but I haven't. No, I've read up on LEDs, but never LCDs. So I have no idea how faithful this is to the original game. But it certainly plays like any Tiger handheld game that I've played in the past. And I love Tiger handheld games. I already have a few, so that's one to add to the pile. Let's see here. Something I've wanted for a while. This is a couple weeks worth of crap, and this was a bunch of just pre-move purchases from all those eBay sales that I did. The Collectors Club, Marissa Fairborn, and Afterburner or Afterbreaker set, which I've wanted for a while. So it's a Marissa Fairborn G.I. Joe figure based on a couple different things, I guess. And the Afterburner, I believe, is based on that motorcycle that came with the Firefly from the G.I. Joe movie, if I remember right. Actually,
I'm surprised you didn't pick that up at BotCon when we were at the last BotCon.
I don't remember why I didn't, but I didn't. And I actually had to assemble this from 2 different auctions. I found one auction that was just the Marissa Fairborn, and one that was just the Afterburner.
Nice.
Yeah, I saved a little bit doing that. I bought this from Jack. Go ahead.
Yeah, I really wanted to get the Rodimus in the RC, but that RC turned out to be so bad.
Oh,
and
the only human ones?
We never. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
And we were never going to get Magnus and Springer, so it's like, even his free birth, I just couldn't do it. I'm glad you got those though, Brian.
Cool. Bought this from Jack at T-Formers. He was selling some of his Diaclone stuff and just random things. This is the Bandai Padlock Robo. Diecast metal.
Nice.
So he sold it to me mint on sealed card. But in transit, this thing is so heavy, it pulled the bubble off the card in transit, which I'm fine with it. I mean, it's in pristine condition. I mean, it's in beautiful condition. And it's die-cast metal, and it is so heavy. It's a working padlock.
Yeah, they actually had an entire... That's sort of like the same line as the converters that was released in the U.S. There are several... I've seen several carded ones in which the card is barely hanging on to the front.
Well, I mean, with this, if the card goes loose in any way, this is so heavy it would just pull it right off.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
It's called a padlock robo. Go ahead.
No.
Is anybody breaking up for Don besides me?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's called padlock robo, but it could easily be called self-defense robo. Because you put it in the padlock form and use it as like a sling, and if you hit somebody with this, it would cause major injury, if not death. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
I would totally use that as a padlock.
Considering what I paid for it, I'm not going to. So let's see here.
There's one that has an actual metal chain that you have to do like 2 dials on each side to unlock it, and there's an actual metal chain that connects it, and it can use the chain as a weapon in robot mode. It's stupidly incredibly fun. I had one years ago, and it just sort of disintegrated.
I don't know which order to do the rest of these in, so I'll just do them in the order of what's closest to me. So we were recording a podcast recently, and we were talking about Night Racer, and I had no idea how much one would cost. So I looked it up on eBay, and I found one that was less than I thought, but I didn't read the auction close enough. So there was, Night Racer is a GoBot, or G2 GoBot figure that is black, and the BotCon version has blue racing stripes and a Decepticon symbol on the chest, or on the hood. It was released, there's 298 of them released. Then there was another one that came out later, also produced by Hasbro, and sold by a company called Whiz Bang. And apparently there are only 100 units of those. It does not have the blue stripe or the Decepticon symbol, but it was produced by Hasbro, and that's the one that I have. So, still sealed. One of 100 units, but it's because it's not the original BotCon version, it's less desirable. So, I got that. Let's see here. I bought this one on a whim. So the rest of the stuff, if I buy anything like this, it's because I got a really good price on it, not because I'm trying to be a completist about Japanese things. So this, I got, this is Victory Blacker, which is one of the 3 cars from Road Caesar, with Braver and Laster. I figure eventually I can complete a Road Caesar. So it's a mitten box, really nice shape. Very pleased with it. The joints on it are super tight. And I love looking at vintage packaging, especially Japanese packaging, because it's so crazy and weird. This is like an all-Japanese thing. Also got from Fight Super Robot Life Forum 2010 Broadside. Also,
that's really cool. I've never actually seen a G1 Broadside.
I've never owned one, and I've never transformed one until recently, and I can live without doing it ever again. For the most part, the triple changers are not that great. I like him better in Astro Train, but he's only okay. But
he and Astro Train kind of had the same tiny arms problem going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is there's so few naval transformers. It's nice having, a ship in the line because there's just not that many available.
Yeah, agree. 2 more. Again, also Japanese. Diver from Master Force, also in the U.S. is Wave Rider. I like the packaging, has the flap where you can open it up and look at him. This is one, I already have Wave Rider, but it's my childhood one that's kind of beat up. And the seller that I bought this from has been trying to sell it for like 3 months. And he keeps dropping the price on it. I'm like, I'll bite. So. And on the back, I love how the tech spec says spec chart. And there's a K in it. Never noticed that before. And last one. Again, also Japanese. And again, I got a really good price on these. I have been looking to get a Power Master mitten box G1 Power Master Prime. I've got my original and I've got the reissue Gajinrai one. But I've been looking to get a mitten box Power Master Prime for a while. And I can never find one that I like the price on. And I saw this for sale, and it was a good deal less than Power Master Prime. It's Super Jinrai mitten box. And it's in excellent condition.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. And I haven't played with my reissue Super Genrai in a while. I forgot that the cab has diecast metal on it. So it is so much nicer. So much nicer than Power Master Prime. So. And it's probably the last bit of bitten box Japanese stuff I'll be getting for a while. But pretty pleased with that. So that's what I got. Hey, before we jump to the news, real quick, email came through a couple days ago that I really liked, so I wanted to read it on the show. Don't know that I can do much with it right now, but I wanted to read it, and I think it's a good idea for some content. Okay. Hello, Brian and crew. Thanks for doing the show every week. Much appreciated, come rain and shine. I really enjoy it when yourself, John, Diecast, and the Toy Detectives, and, Matt and Don, and everybody too, bring your real-life experiences into the show. For example, supply chain, marketing, IT, and how it may affect what we see on the retail shelves, or why certain products go on discount so soon. I learned something about retail. Well, that's what I got experience doing. 20 years of retail. On the corporate side, would you consider doing a semi-regular section on Transformers and how it is being shaped by market forces and evolving fan base? For example, as parents, how do you see your children interacting with toys, if at all? What trend do you see in toys in general, and how Transformers are adapting? Or what is the real demographic breakdown that buy/consume Transformers toys? This is the old hardcore fans. Old hardcore fans buy so much product that Hasbro is locked into repeating G1 ad nauseum? Do the numbers bear out? Thanks, and always love the side tangent talk about Star Trek from Simon. So, hey, great. Love the email. And we love talking about that stuff. I don't know if John is on or not, but the place where we put a lot of conversation like that in the past has been in the RFC minicast. So I don't know if John's up for doing any more of those in the future, but I think we might be able to borrow the name of the show, or borrow something, maybe the theme music, and produce a few more of those from time to time. That's always seemed to be like where we put a lot of interesting content. One of the ones I see people sharing on the internet all the time are the 2 episodes that John and our buddy Bill Ray did in respect to intellectual property. So if you're looking for content like that, it's probably worth going back into our archives at tfradio.net and look for old episodes of the minicast. But I'll talk to John about doing more of those in the future. I think that's probably a good place for it. But yeah, we love talking about that stuff. John unmuted.
Co-signed.
Awesome. Let's come up with some ideas. I think that would be great. Okay, nearly an hour in. Let's jump to the news. Generation Select's G2 Megatron was leaked or published, however you want to look at it, from a Hasbro Asia or Takara affiliated YouTube reviewer or video reviewer, and dang, that thing is just about perfect for what you can do with
the only way to make me want that Earthrise mold.
Mm-hmm.
It is just phenomenal.
I love it.
I love it.
Don,
I wish it was bigger.
Don's muted, but he's pointing at me in agreement. So,
Sign language.
The only thing that disappointed me about this is when it was leaked, it was like a day or two before the Tuesday reveal, and I was like, oh, maybe we're going to get G2 Megs this Tuesday, and it wasn't this Tuesday.
no, this will probably be last.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have the big sticker on it, does it?
No.
Oh, that's easily fixed.
Yeah, very easy.
That's what Toy Hacks is for.
Oh, I will absolutely be buying the Toy Hacks for this. Yeah, but this is so nice looking. It's lovingly crafted. It's not perfect, of course, because it's you got to do what you can do with the mold.
It doesn't have the front of the tank as the chest.
Yeah,
but that's like the only real complaint I could find with it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
No electronics.
And yeah, well,
that would just make it more expensive.
Megatron attack.
I know. I'm just
listen to the voice of doom. Yeah, so awesome. Eat this Autobot sticker, yeah. So I guess, with that said, who was it? Was it Diecast or Matt or Don in pre-show mentioned that they need to do, what was it, Reverse Convoy?
That was Chris in the chat.
Well, I mean, in pre-show, Don had mentioned it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
because the other one goes for like the Robot Masters version goes for like stupid money.
Yeah, it's not that.
And then there was that one
It's like twice what it originally sold for. I got a pretty cheap one. I was pretty pleased with it. So Yummy Pickle, which I guess is Sean, saying, "What if it's Megastorm and not Megatron?" Well, it's got the G2 symbol instead of the Predacon symbol. But if it was Megastorm and not Megatron, it really would make me want a Gigastorm. And Funbeast Studios, who Diecast was talking about earlier, for Titan's Return Triptychon, did the Gigastorm horn. Which
I saw that. I was tempted to print it, and I was like,
It makes me want to get a second one so bad in some green paint.
I do have two. I could.
Of course you do.
Yeah. I could customize it.
Yeah. Oh, and Blade's like, Megastorm has a silver camo, not purple. I don't remember. I've got both. I've got a couple of Megastorms, actually.
The thing is, I'm on one hand, I'm like Matt. This is just about perfect, but I'm kind of glad they're not redoing the Siege Megatron again, because as close as Earthrise is, there is at least a little difference. But it's where you're still practically buying the exact same mold again. So it's just so close to being Siege Megatron, and like Matt said, they found the one color that would make me buy that Earthrise Megatron, and it's like, are you reading my mind? Are you just trying?
Well, I mean, if they use
full of fanboy anger,
if they use the Siege mold, then the robot mode and the tank mode would be wrong. So you kind of have to use the Earthrise mold to at least get the tank.
I love it. I need it. Let's see. Also, Slacks Bug Bite was revealed. It looks really great too.
I'm disappointed that everything we're seeing is on the Cliff Jumper body, though, as opposed to the reshelled parts for actual Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's no purple there's no purple tampos. It just he looks like just. He doesn't look like Bug Bite without that purple tampo on him. And I don't know if I want this mold as many times as it looks like they're... Cause someone mentioned in the Discord chat, I can't give credit who said it because I can't remember. But this is going to be the circa 2000s or the Seeker mold. They're just going to keep reshelling and redoing this for a lot of Autobot cars. I even say it on Twitter, and I said in pre-show, they get a couple more reshells of this thing into roll bar and wide load, I can easily see a Pult 6-pack of throttle bots based around this transformation skeleton. But I know I can get Bug Bite and wait for a Toy Hacks sticker sheet, try to make him a little more the right color. But I just don't know if I want that mold that many times.
The only thing I could think of with not having the Volkswagen reshell parts is maybe like their licensing with Volkswagen only allows them to use the mold in certain ways. Like maybe Volkswagen doesn't want a mercenary or a bad guy, affiliated with their car. Yeah.
I'm still with Matt. I hate that emblem. I hate that.
Yeah,
faction.
it's awful, but I have repro labels. I can cover that up.
Yeah, and then the other thing that's surprising on this, or maybe not, it's still available for pre-order, unlike Hot House, which was, sold out with under an hour. So either they have more of this or less people are interested in this. I don't know.
Yeah,
There's something weird about that.
I wasn't able to talk about it on the show last week because I thought maybe that the fact that this selects as this round of selects are shared exclusives between, Pulse and Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store, that the initial shipments got, diluted and spread across the three. And maybe that's why Pulse sold out so quickly. But then, like you say, Bug Bite's still available. So I don't know. I don't know what happened with Hot House.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked it, though.
Hot House is a dumpster fire, apparently.
Speaking of everyone's favorite, Revenge of the Fallen, Studio Series 69 Devastator Combiner Pack. This is shown up. It's not been announced officially, but some photos have been circulating of Studio Series 69, which is the entire Devastator from all the other parts. Goodness knows how much this thing will be. But it's not going to be cheap.
Expensive.
Which, this is probably the only way I would get this. Because I haven't been keeping up. If I don't get a combiner in one go, it's probably... Unless it was Combiner Wars, it's probably never going to get combined, so...
So how many parts does that thing have? Like, how many Transformers are actually in there?
8.
8. I was thinking 7.
God, that's probably going to be like Titan class price point, isn't it?
Yeah,
More-
didn't
it
this
should
leak
be
like a
more.
few months ago in a in the system. It was in some system, and then it disappeared.
Yeah.
And I think it was either at or above $200, something like that.
Yeah, that's
Well,
right.
because how many? It has 2 liters in it, right?
It's too much.
So there's $100 right there, and then you got Voyagers and Deluxes sprinkled in there too.
Yeah, and he's got. It looks like he's got some sand deco on him, so he looks sandy, like the picture. So, like on his feet, he's got sand, some extra sand detail and stuff. So he's quote unquote different. He's special. Buy him again. Also, can you imagine if this was the only way to get Skipjack?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
People would rage because he's in there.
Yeah, but didn't we already get a pre-order for Skipjack?
Yeah, you can just buy him single.
Yeah.
But if he was like exclusive to this set, people would just be in the streets.
Oh yeah, well, I don't know that it's as big a deal as like when Combiner Wars left out the jet, whatever jet that was, and replaced it with
Slingshot.
Alpha Bravo. But
Why would you put a helicopter with a bunch of supersonic jets? It makes no sense.
To
But I love
rescue them
Alpha
when they
Bravo.
crash.
But I love Alpha Bravo.
Yeah, Alpha Bravo is awesome. But so hey, did anybody actually? I'll be honest, I didn't get a chance. Gameplay footage, Battlegrounds posted.
I took a look at a little bit of it. It
What'd you
appears to
glean?
be a turn-based. It appears to be a turn-based strategy game, and from what little I saw, it doesn't look bad. It looks like it's definitely aimed at I'd say a younger audience, but in terms of the various things that it sounded like it could have been from the initial press release, it really doesn't look too bad. I'm going to be interested to see more about it, and to be honest, I didn't get through the entire video. I'm going to have to go back and watch like the whole 13 minutes worth and see what I think. But just what I did watch looked pretty positive. So
Yeah, and pre-orders are available at tfradio.net/Amazon. It comes out October 23rd. It looks like it's going to be about $40 on the Xbox One, PS4, and Switch. So, Transformers Ultimate Battle Edition for the Wii for $13. I don't have that. Cybertron Adventures and Dark of the Moon Stealth Force Edition for just $13? You can also buy it new from $3.99. Holy crap. That's the thing I'm buying this week.
Everybody take a drink.
Yeah. I don't have it, so I'm getting it. Okay. So that's certainly something. TFRadio.net/Amazon if you want to pre-order it. Help us out. Let's see here. So Earthrise Megatron and the Quintesson Judge are showing up in Washington State. Our buddy Vice Grip X was the first person to post a sighting of Megatron
at Target's, correct?
at Target. Yeah.
You know what the funny thing is? I would walk right by that Megatron if that was on the shelf and not even realize that
Me too.
that's a new figure.
Me too. I would forget, except it's an Earthrise box. That's the only thing.
Yeah, but it doesn't look that... I mean, to me, in my head, it doesn't look that much different than the Siege boxes.
Yeah, I can see it. I don't know where this came up, but... And I'm looking at T-Formers right now, and there's no credit on it. And I didn't...
Someone named Anonymous over at TFW, if I'm looking at the same
Well, no,
story.
different one. I'm
Gotcha.
the one before it. Pictures of Skullcruncher
Oh, right.
from Cyberverse. I didn't see those come through an email from Hasbro, so I don't know where these leaked from, but it looks pretty awesome. I know Triplet was like flipping out about how great it looked.
I love Skullcruncher. So I mean, it's not great, but I'll probably get it. He looks pretty good, and the clear alligator helmet that flips up in robot mode kind of makes me chuckle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Kind
really
of
cool
tempted
looking.
just for the clear plastic gator hat.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rob, you're looking at this. Do you want to tell us what the next one's about?
Okay. Bringing up the proper tab. Someone named Anonymous over at TFW has found a bunch of listings in Target systems, it looks like. And yeah, there's a bunch of stuff here, some of which we knew about or had heard rumors about from other locations. Looks like Thrust is going to end up at Target. There's bunch of the stuff that had been rumored to be studio series that is turning up here. Cup, Astro Train, Slag, and Daniel. There's also a new Masterpiece Bumblebee with an SRP of about $80. No information on what Bumblebee from what continuity or anything like that. Just no more information. Looks like Gigawatt is going to show up at Target, and it looks like there may be a new run of Ectotron.
Nice.
He went up in price again.
Yeah, it was originally 39, then it went to 49. This showing is
And now it's
59.
59.
Yeah.
So that's strange. Unless they have to account for sales. So they mark it up a little bit. That way, when it is on sale, they're not losing money.
Well, I mean, that's not usually what Target does. Target usually sells for SRP. That's like what Toys R Us would do, or KB would do,
Yeah.
or GameStop,
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. But looking at this, I didn't realize that Tigatron is supposed to be a Voyager.
Yeah.
No, I
Also,
want
so
that.
is Hot Rod, which I was not expecting to see.
Yeah, I was wondering when I saw that if that means maybe it's a Rodimus Prime instead of a Hot Rod, but who knows?
I'm thinking no. I'm thinking probably probably the Voyager Hot Rod and the body of a future leader Rodimus Prime will share some tooling. That would make sense to me, since the leaders are basically Voyager scaled at this point.
Yeah. You know, like a really nice deluxe, not deluxe in the sense of deluxe scale, but deluxe premium Hot Rod probably would be a Voyager scale, depending on today's price point.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So that's it. That's the news for this week. Let's see here. Want to thank our touched patrons at patreon.com/TF. We already did the Amazon plug. Go buy the, go buy the game. tfradio.net/Amazon. Touched patrons, want to thank them. You can be a Touched patron too. Patreon.com/TFradio. Kevin Dorsey, Sean Bratton, Jacob Owen Lucia, Sean Hamilton, Jason W. Rye, Mike Mallory, Jason Hiley, Jonathan James, Matthew Deadman, Hector Bones, Nathan Sampy, Spider Bob, Rabbits, Emmett Stresovich, Gaming Fix, Patrick Davidson, and Joey Russell. Thank you all so much. You can go to tfradio.net/credits and see them there. If, again, you want to be a Touched patron too, patreon.com/tfradio. Again, you can find us everywhere. The important places are Patreon, Twitter @TFRadio, Facebook at facebook.com/TFRadio. YouTube. We don't push our YouTube enough. If you're not subscribed to us on YouTube, you get live notifications each week when we're live, and you can go back and watch live streams dating back, dear God, like almost to 2010. No, through 2010. God, you can go back that far. Wow. Of course, you can leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or basically anywhere. Of course, if you have a Fire TV, you can go to tfradio.net/Fire TV and add our Fire TV app to your Fire TV, and you can watch us there. Or Roku at tfradio.net/Roku. We have so many people who watch on those platforms. You can be one too, tfradio.net/Roku. I am personally on Twitter at bkilby, on Instagram at Brian Kilby, and I do other podcast stuff at briankilby.com. I'll have a new Christmas album coming up in a few months. Actually, I think maybe 2 albums, the way it's looking right now. I'm pretty excited about that. Chris isn't here, but you can find him at instagram.com/playwithphotography, at playwithphotos on Twitter. And you can find his photos on patreon.com/playwithphotos. Rob, how do people get a hold of you?
Okay, they get a hold of me on Twitter at Figure Reviewers or Rob Flails. Rob Flails is my video gaming Twitter account. Goes with my YouTube channel, Flailthroughs. I'm currently covering 2 different Gundam games for the PlayStation 4, one of which is Gundam Battle Operation 2, the free-to-play game. I've been covering that since its launch 2 years ago, and it's going along pretty nicely. New mobile suit every week. Check out my channel Thursday mornings to see what they've added to the game. And if you like what I do there, patreon.com/flailthroughs will let you throw money at me. A couple of bucks a month, you can request specific mobile suits, and in games where applicable, weapon and color combinations to go with them. And of course, also I've got the Amazon wish list that will throw a few pennies back towards the show at tfradio.net/playlist.
Cool. Don. Wait. There we go.
Yes. Hey, it worked tonight. Yeah, I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC4EVR.
Excellent. John.
That John D everywhere.
And Diecast.
Follow me on Twitter at Diecast2. See my reviews at tfradio.net/reviews, and like my Facebook page at Reviews by Diecast.
Excellent. Cool. Okay, sweet. We will be back next week. Dear God, I've got to move like 2 days later, so hopefully the show will get posted.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Lift
Awesome.
with your legs.
Yeah. See y'all later. Have a happy day.
Do you have a moving company, or are you doing it on your own?
Well, here's the thing. I was getting a moving company until I had like a half dozen friends offer, say, hey, you need help moving? And this is honestly true. I'm like, that would cost a moving company. I'm like, sure. And now the friends are like, why aren't you doing a moving company? Like, you offered to help. You're saving me like $1,000, so yeah. Just kind of funny. Like literally, why aren't you doing a moving company? So Yeah. So basically, most everything is boxed up already. I need to disassemble like all of my Kalaxes that are larger than my 2x4 units. So anything that's like a 2x2 or a 2x4, I'm just taking as is. But anything that is like a 4x4 or a 5x5, I'm disassembling those just so they don't get broken. And I'm moving all my toys separate from the rest of everything else. So I'll be moving that in my Dodge. I'll probably make about 30 trips to do that between here and the other house.
30 trips.
But
How far away is the other house from where you are now?
15 minutes. I'm not exactly certain how many miles, but it's not that far. It's a little more north. So when you guys visited the hell, oh no, that was TFCon. The hell that you had to drive through to get to TFCon, which is right where I live, you would avoid that. I'm closer to I-40.
I didn't have any problem getting to that TFCon, but okay.
Or was it Shardicon? There was one of the conventions that everybody talked about how horrible the traffic was on Lake Norman.
Shardicon, I think.
Okay, yeah. Well, the traffic does suck there. So, yeah. But I'm excited, except for now the Radon.
Yeah, that's kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Did some enterprising lunatic actually customize an entire Fortress Maximus to go with that downtown special headmaster thing they did?
Oh, is that what that is?
That's my best guess, just looking at it, because the color scheme is right for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't click on the link. It doesn't allow me because I'm in the US.
Yeah, it's not a high enough resolution to see if it's the special head or not.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
So what is this?
I think it's a Fortress Maximus customized to go with that set of Japanese comedian headmasters that they put out a couple years ago.
No, please. Oh, it's custom, not an official product.
Yeah, it's not an official product.
I don't know. They want like 150,000 yuan.
What are you on? I don't know. It might be a custom. Nobody's knocked off Fortress Maximus, have they?
I don't think so.
The translation is Transformers IDW Titans return to the original Big Mac Ford. It's a bad translation. Do we really need another Masterpiece Bumblebee?
No.
Somebody must, but
We didn't need MP45.
I wonder if that's what that is.
Probably. That as tiny as that thing is, an $80 price point these days sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So now that in this temporary situation, my work laptop is now on my desk. So I am now officially doing work while live streaming. That's probably not the first time I've done it. It's the first time I've admitted to it.
Should be doing work. You should be buying something. That's what
No.
Wednesday nights are for.
Yeah, welcome.
Well, he did that too.
Getting at that too.
every week, Brian, for me. Not getting overtime. Fine.
Yeah. I miss overtime. But it's been 20 years, 15 years since I got overtime.
Oh, it's been about 5 days since I did.
Yeah. Overtime's a good thing.
I can barely hear John.
Not if you hate
Well,
your
I'm far away from
job.
No, I know, Matt.
It's
a double-edged sword. But most people
yeah.
don't have that other side of the sword.
Yeah. I had an hour's worth of overtime. I had to cut it on lunch. So I had to take two extra 30 minutes on lunches this week. So I had some for a few minutes.
Yeah, how is Walmart, Don? Is it
We're streaming.
Oh, save it. Package it. Patreon exclusive.
Well, I was
How's-
there the other day. And saw all the new He-Man stuff. Then I went back the next day to check for. See, all we have in my town is Walmart and Target. Is all we have, and Walgreens. But I went by the Walmart and they put out the new He-Man stuff, and that was gone the next day. That I went there to check for the other stuff because I was waiting for them to get in. Yeah, it was all gone. I was hoping they would have just a single carded He-Man Skeletor. They didn't have that. They had the Wind Raider and the Battle Cat, and that was gone the next day. And I was hoping they would have the Blaster, but they didn't have the reissue Blaster. And that's really all they had.
I forget that reissue Blaster is a thing.
Yeah,
How much is he?
30.
Oh, really?
Which is
He's actually the first, I think, reasonably priced one.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Of course, there's like no metal in that toy, so.
Yeah.
So the He-Man stuff. I mean, I see people tweeting left and right pictures of that. Also, the G.I. Joe end cap with the first 3 figures on it. So I'm on the hunt for that. But the He-Man, it's not straight reissues, right? They have like extra articulation, or they're very.
It's basically new versions. It's sort of like Micromasters. G1 with joints.
Mm-hmm.
It's He-Man with slightly better proportions and actual joints for motion and stuff. It's probably a good in between point. It looks like to me it's in between, kind of like what you got for Matty Collector for like the Galactic He-Man and all that stuff, and the regular He-Man stuff. So it looks like to me it's kind of like halfway, more than the original, but not quite like the superposable stuff.
Okay. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, well, when I was there the other day, they restocked all the Plasma series for Ghostbusters, and then a couple days later, everything was gone except for a Dana and 2 Venkmans. So the Plasma series is apparently doing well.
Yeah.
They've got. I saw a sidekick that had the G.I. Joe stuff one time, and then it was gone the next time I was there. They've got a Wonder Woman 84 display, but it's all dolls. There's no actual action figures except for what's coming out in the Multiverse line.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to think what else I saw. That's really all I remember. They got in. I like getting these little mini arcades. Sometimes.
Yeah.
They got Tetris out now.
Oh, that's nice.
They come out with Tetris, and they also had the one up Space Jam for that one there. That's like $400. They had one of those.
Yeah, the NBA Jam.
Not Space Jam. I said Space Jam. I'm sorry. That's not right.
We understood.
Sadly, I did.
Yeah.
At some point, we're getting Space Jam 2, but I don't know when.
Yeah.
With LeBron.
Well, John, did you see the stuff that I got this week? Did you see what my stuff that I got?
I think I was. No, actually, I think I missed it.
Okay, well, most all this came from Target. I picked. I picked up the new Spider-Man from the Fox Kids series.
Oh yeah.
I found the. It just now came out. The Marvel Legends War Machine.
All right.
That's out. And I found Thunder Howl from Cyberverse, and I found Wild Wheel. So
okay.
I found those.
I saw like those two pieces. I didn't see. I saw like half of your segment.
Yeah, and then I got the Cyberverse Seeker 4-pack in those neon Jolly Rancher colors, just because they're so G2. I had to. So
right.
yeah, I bought a little more than I should, but
you're allowed.
Yeah, well, I'm actually thinking about getting, because I think Earthlink offers a free website since I've used them, and I'm thinking about setting up my own website to sell my, because I've got a lot of stuff after cleaning out that room.
Wait, you want to set up your own website to do it?
Well, I mean, Earthlink offers a free one, I believe.
I really like the idea, Don. I genuinely do. I don't know that you have to do it. I like people who like post stuff to TFW and just keep it running list. Or honestly, a Google Doc is probably good enough, but I love the idea.
Well, I was just thinking that way I wouldn't spam everybody's timeline on Twitter. I wouldn't have to worry about Facebook. And it's just there's so many boards to keep up with, and it just seems like if I just post a link every now and then across the board and direct them to my website, and then they can contact me through a Gmail to set up stuff. That way, I'm not, like I said, I'm not spamming people's timelines. I'm not having to go to 5 different boards to keep up. It just seems like it'd be a little bit simpler, because I've got a lot of weird stuff. Like, I'm going to be selling the catalog. I've got so many of the little catalogs. Like all the G1 catalogs. I've just got a lot of little stuff that like the original booklet that came with the stuff. I've probably got a half dozen of those, and I've got a bunch of like the Combiner Wars cards. I'm sure people want, and Marvel Legends cards that I can sell individually, people that want their favorite character, and stuff, just a ton of little things that I just want to get rid of, but I want to use that money to pay off some other stuff. That's why I figured that's why I just may look into doing my own website, and that way I'm not just bothering everybody on Twitter with all my crap.
So Don, if you do a website, I'm not joking, I would recommend doing a shopping cart on it. So because there's somebody who basically does the same thing that you're talking about that I buy from quite a bit, but he actually has a shopping cart on his site that I can use to like buy from it, and he manages his inventory through Shopify or something, and it makes it so convenient.
Okay. Well, that's because I don't want to pay eBay for an eBay store, because I would just do it on eBay. But it just seems like
then you have to deal with eBay buyers.
I hate eBay so much.
It just again, it's time for my monthly I miss Crave kind of thing. But that's just sort of like what I'm planning on doing once things settle down. I can start getting rid of a lot of this stuff, the small little peripheral stuff.
Something even easier, and they can message you through the app and it doesn't cost you any money. Do like Let Go or Offer Up.
I've never
It's
heard
so
of
much
those.
simpler.
Yeah, but that's like
Really?
a general audience. Are there like specific collectors?
It's a general audience, but you can tell people, "Hey, here's my."
But then I'd have to
list
create a
of
Let
stuff
Go
for-
account to go do it.
Not to search, no.
But to buy, I would.
I'm just saying it's easier than a website.
I don't have to create an
To
account.
buy,
Well-
no, you set it up with Don. They don't actually do payment through the app.
They don't.
No,
How do I contact him?
you can message him through the app and say, "Hey, I'm interested in this," and then he can mark it sold at his convenience.
I don't know. Like I said, it's all, it's all kind of, floating out in the ether. It's just, but that's just what I'm thinking.
Well, Don, if you do it, so I have one request. So I think it's in the movie No Country for Old Men. One of the characters like goes to the store and he comes back, and his wife like asks him where he's been, and he says, "I went to the Gettin' Place." That's what he calls the general store. Please call it Don's Gettin' Place. I want that. I need that. That would be a shirt. That is a shirt.
Don's getting place.
Don's Gettin' Place. I went to the Gettin' Place, and I got a C8 Star Saber.
Okay. I will consider. I will consider that. I will consider that.
Yeah, I bet you will. I got a 1986 pamphlet.
So, Brian,
Yeah.
Mr. 3D expert,
Yeah.
these don't fit together like they should.
Probably calibration.
Well, what I want to do is I want to sand down the inner edge. I can do that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What sandpaper
Sand-
do you recommend? Like 1,000 grit?
Since it is something that isn't very visible, I wouldn't care.
Okay.
If it, I honestly, I use coarse sandpaper and I instead of like sitting there and like working on it for a while, I'll go through and I'll basically roll the sandpaper up, stick it in, and do one twist, like with really rough sandpaper. And then if it doesn't fit, I'll do another twist until it works.
All right. Gotcha. Oh, man. This 3D printing's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Is it fun?
No.
Okay.
You'd think it would be. But then
Did you say you thought it would be, or you think it would be?
I said you think it would be.
Okay.
But then you run into so many issues. You're like, this is not as fun as I thought.
Ah. It's fun to tinker, though. Come on, you gotta say that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a learning thing. You get to play with the slicer and all that
Mhm.
stuff. So
Mm-hmm. So Matt,
Sir.
what is your like what are your feelings going into Kingdom?
Well, I need to see more of it right now. I mean, I know I'm going to save a lot of money,
Okay.
so that's cool.
So you're not gonna even Beast Wars in the context of some G1-ish toy line, that's not really, you're not gonna go for that.
Well, I mean, 2014 when that Rhinox and Rat Trap came out, I ended up with those.
Oh, okay.
But
still got
I
'em?
mean, somewhere. I mean, they've been in storage somewhere ever since the move, and that was 4 years ago. But that's like most of my stuff is still in storage somewhere. But yeah, just I don't know. That doesn't do anything for me. So
Yeah, I certainly don't trust the show to like sell me on it. Like you're either in or out right now, and that's the way it's gonna be.
yeah, and sure that Seed show did nothing to sell me on the toys that I skipped. I would be up for some cog redecos though. There were plenty of those in that show.
Yeah.
Yes. The sad thing is, like, something like that would absolutely probably be a BotCon, like, troop builder pack. But, for many reasons, that's not happening.
True builder packs would be perfect for that show too, because I mean, how many sideswipe bodies were there? How many reflector bodies were there? How many cog bodies were there?
Yeah, I mean, again, if they don't do the throttle bot 6-pack that I'm guessing, they would probably do one of each mold in a different color to get more use out of that those 3 weaponizer molds.
Yeah,
I can see them doing that too for a Pulse exclusive for the holidays, or a shared exclusive with BBTS or something.
If you're asking for Pulse exclusives off of that Cliff Jumper Bumblebee mold, I was serious about Tap Out and Glyph. I would buy that.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I mean, those are characters that I would like to have new versions of, because we only have the BotCon versions. But I'm just saying that as it stands, I just don't want a ton of that mold as it is right now as Cliff Jumper, because it's Bug Bite without tampos just doesn't look good.
The lack of tampos didn't bother me. I was disappointed in the fact that it's the Cliff Jumper parts and not the Bumblebee parts.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm
still going to buy it because, I hate this. I'm going to buy it. But
yeah. I mean, if I think I'm just going to skip, even though I know Toy Hacks will probably do it. I'm not in love with that mold for that price and it not be kind of what I want.
I skipped the hot house, so I can take the bullet on the Bug Bite.
Well, see, I'm doing the exact opposite. I'm getting hot house, and I just canceled my Airwave order pre-show that I had, because it's like, if I want to get that mold, I want some color, and hot house looks just so much more vibrant and alive versus Airwave.
What else were we expecting out of the selects? We still got Megatron. We think there's a Ratchet, and what was it, Rorichi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Meek Skull is asking in the chat, hey Matt, do you buy Masterpiece Beast Wars? The answer is no. And if not, does it bother you to have holes in your collection? And the answer is no.
No.
Well, Matt,
at a time, it would have bothered me to have holes in my collection, but not anymore.
Well, Matt, let me ask you this. Is there any Beast War characters you've seen that if the toy was right, you'd at least be interested in maybe trying it? Like the character was interesting?
No.
And you just you didn't? Okay. And this was one, it's like, I would like to see a new Silverbolt. Silverbolt's one of my favorite Beast Wars characters. I would like to see a new...
But I will talk all the trash in the world, but I am legitimately happy for Beast Wars fans that Kingdom is a thing.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
even the G1 stuff is getting stale even for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now, is the running theory that Kingdom is going to kind of be like Robots in Disguise 2001, where it's like beasts on one side and vehicles on the other? Is that kind of the...
I mean, rampant speculation that we have nothing to base it on? Sure, why not?
Exactly.
I mean, based on the list.
It's the
I
internet,
think
why not?
I don't know, like for one, so like I fully expect the Earthrise box art, right? Like that picture of the Ark and all that stuff, like that is the cartoon, or that's the Netflix show. Like you can look at that box art, and effectively that's telling you what is going to happen in that series. And so you can probably go back and look at maybe blurry, ill-begotten images of Kingdom artwork. It's kind of the same thing. So I don't know. I mean, I would expect just kind of your straight up good guy versus bad guy, and
and of course when we see
boring and joyless, just like Siege.
Yeah,
and
very predictable.
Yes,
and of course when we see actual Kingdom box art or box tech graphics,
yes,
everyone's going to analyze every panel to see who's showing up, on every facet of the box. Like there's a Galvatron on the top of that box. There's a Thrust on the top of that box, and there's Doomaflichi over there. You know, it's just
Yeah. Yeah, one thing that I've heard that I'm all for, and I don't think we've talked about it on the show proper, because it is like rumors, so, you know, it is what it is. And I have no idea, like, where on the scale of truth this is. But I've heard, you know, basically, and I think the leaked SKUs reflect this, is that we're probably getting, you know, Earthrise Optimus Prime and Earthrise Starscream just repackaged, right? They're just going to release them in Kingdom packaging. I am all for that as a thing, because if we're going to get G1 forever, then like updating Optimus Prime and Megatron, Starscream, and all that like once every 2 years is like awesome to me. Like I don't want to like even have to think about buying these guys every year, but they're going to sell plenty every year, even if they only update it every other year.
Well, I'll be honest. One thing that I'm interested in seeing is whatever their next Optimus Prime is going to be, because Earthrise Optimus is a hell of a figure to try to outdo. A lot of us have said we have one of the best mass retail Optimus Primes we're ever probably going to get. You know,
the only thing there are two things they could try right now that would pique my interest: Generation 2 Laser Optimus Prime, or Commander Class Power Master Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I would consider buying another Optimus Prime at this particular
Commander class would be pretty cool. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I honestly think they're going.
That would give you the plastic mass you would need to pull off Power Master as well.
Yeah. Part of me is still thinking we're going to see Skylinks recolored as the Purple Griffin shuttle, because I just don't know what else you could do Skylinks as.
You have been begging for that for so long, Don. I really hope that happens for you.
I mean, it's such a crazy thing, and it just seems. I mean, it's just the fact that I don't know what else you would do with Skylinks. I mean, unless you did them but you wouldn't do Shattered Glass on an $80 figure.
We haven't gotten anything else out of. Well, okay. Actually, we did get something else out of Jetfire, because it's being. No, we didn't get a Siege re-release, did we?
No.
There's no
That's
Netflix
why
Jetfire.
he's double retail now in the aftermarket.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like we haven't got any Titan recolors other than Metroplex, because it was changed for different markets. But that's not really. That's technically
SDCC.
Yeah, and Japan, where they got the twin guns and a few other things. But you know, I honestly think, and I was talking with this with Blade Raider on Twitter a few weeks ago. If Fast Track is being shown having a spear mode, Scorponok never used a spear, and that makes the most sense that we're going to be getting, you know, maybe a Takara Tomy Mall exclusive for Black Zarak, Hasbro Asia. It just makes too much sense to not have if Fast Track has a spear mode.
I think that was probably built in on Hasbro's part as a just in case Takara Tomy wants to do this.
Yeah, probably.
Surprised me.
Yeah, that's
like I think that's Rorichi's entire purpose for existing is, you know what, the Black Zarek's a thing in Japan. They may want to do a toy of this. It's an easy recolor for us. We'll just throw it out there just in case.
Hey, can you guys now see the video that I'm sending out to the Skype call?
No.
You can't.
I think so.
I mean, I can see your video, but it's just me, Don, and Diecast.
Okay.
Yeah, all I see of that is Diecast at the moment.
So I am going to show my video, my personal video, here in a second. And in my hand, I have what I think is my favorite Transformer. Does anybody want to guess what it is before I unveil it to everybody?
You can hold it in one hand?
Yes.
Titans Return Gnaw.
It was a good guess. Anybody else?
No, I don't have
Okay.
There's too many.
Sandbot.
Oh my god.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
It's branded. It counts.
Not canon. That's horrifying.
I'm just so happy that I was able to get this Super Jinrai. Like for like $100 less than a Power Master Prime.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys talk about, or I know we keep the rumors down to like, to a minimum on the official like show, the 9 to 5 show. Did you guys touch on like the rumor about the Titan class toy for Kingdom?
No,
that's going around?
The tidal wave
No,
potentially.
Well, it also include the other like part of that rumor was somebody saying he comes with a character who's never been a transforming toy before.
Botanica.
Could be.
You're saying Big Red?
Also, I gotta run downstairs in a second. You guys shoot this around, but I was thinking maybe the Arc. It's the Arc and it's Headmaster or something. Is Teletran. Anyway, I'll be right back.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I would love a transforming Arc.
The one it looks like it's either Tidal Wave, which of course has been a Transformer, or Big Red, which has not been a Transformer. So I'm hoping it's Big Red, but that will never happen.
What's Big Red?
It was Big
Sorry.
Red.
You remember Big Red? Big Red was in an issue.
Marvel Comics.
Yeah. So which issue? 25? Or was it earlier than that? Basically, it was a background character, just a big red robot.
I think it was one of the super early issues.
Maybe okay. It was on Cybertron though.
Yeah.
So that would have been 17 or 18 with Blaster back on Cybertron with Straxus, right?
I thought it was something it was talking about.
Did he say it's never been a Transformers toy before, or it comes with something that's never been a Transformers toy before?
It comes. That's the phrasing that I heard. That the Titan comes with a character that's never been a transforming toy.
Well, Botanica would fit that, and if it is Kingdom, it would be a character that we've never had before. So that does track in a way.
If it's never a transforming toy before, has there been a toy of Botanica otherwise? Because that's a fairly specific bit of wording.
I thought there was a one-day license kit of her in Robot a long time ago.
I guess actually Big Red was in Transformers #1, which I guess makes sense.
Yeah.
I want to say there a Robot Heroes of Botanica.
There was one planned, I think. Oh, I just thought of something. Now, this is me pulling something out of my butt. Remember in Heavy Metal War when Hound made the hologram of the giant Autobot?
Yeah.
To distract. Okay. What if that character is the headmaster, Teletran having a robot mode, and that's the headmaster for the Arc?
That's really deep speculation.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really getting deep in there. I mean, it's speculating, one, that it's the Arc, and two, that it's the big ass robot from Heavy Metal War.
Yeah. But again, I'm just saying, if this crew is going to do a deep cut like that, it kind of sort of makes sense in my head. But again, my head is a very strange and weird place.
Yes.
Confirmed. I do think though, with like this design team, if they did something like the Arc, like to them, not counting Unicron, to them that would be like a drop the mic moment to them. Like they would feel like, we did it, boys. We made you guys a Titan class Arc.
And that's why John Warden was able to move on. His work here was done.
Well, one thing I did keep asking them for was an Arc, but I never thought they would actually do anything like that.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense, more so than Big Red, which Big Red would make me so much happier.
Oh yeah.
Do you think maybe if it's a transforming Arc, it won't be in the animated style because it's too different?
Of course it won't.
But do you think it'll be their attempt at doing a G1-ish animated Omega?
Probably not.
So that
Yeah,
way
they just did
finally-
Omega Supreme as a Titan class.
And it's
Yep.
not the same crew of designers who probably feel like they left something incomplete.
Right. Or it could be another Transformer that's not Omega, but pulling off what it looks like. Yeah, am I making any kind of sense? Like a
What about-
G1, it's like when they took Windblade and made her in the IDW comic, they made her try to make her look G1.
Yeah.
So they try to make her look like she fit in G1. What if they took the arc and made it look like a G1 animated Omega, but it wasn't Omega? It was.
We just got an Omega Titan class figure. I don't see.
I know. I'm saying it looks like Omega, but it's not Omega. Maybe it's
I
like
can't see them pushing an original character at the Titan class just because of the cost, but I would love to see them try that.
10, 12 years ago, they would have done it potentially. I don't know that they couldn't
In
now.
the Generations line?
Generations is highly unlikely.
How
What
crazy would it be that they actually would make an arc that's robot mode was Alpha Trion?
Why would they do that?
And we've
I
had
mean-
transforming Alphatron toys.
But why would it be Alpha Trion?
Well, I mean, he was like the
Why
father
not? Shut up.
Transformer. Yeah, why not?
I mean,
Well, yeah.
What
it
other
should be
character
Bumblebee.
would work in G1 that could be the arc?
The arc should be Bumblebee.
Ugh.
Well, we had a Bumblebee, but there was a G1 Bumblebee.
Okay,
that
Optimus
was,
Prime then.
well,
Siege
they
Megatron.
They could make the arc look like animated Omega, but it'd be the blue Sentinel recolor. He was a Sentinel robot. That way you have Omega and you have one of the Sentinels.
I'd buy 2 of them.
That way you still get an animated Omega-ish out for the fans, but it's the blue or
Oh,
a
you know
similar-
that would not be good enough for the fans, Don.
I know, but
Hasbro would
I'm
never
ju-
hear
I'm-
the end of it.
I know.
Where's the
I'm
recolor?
I'm just saying if they wanted to do a companion piece to that Omega, if you couldn't get the Omega anymore because of the aftermarket, it's an Omega looking thing that still kind of fits. Again, I know I'm reaching. I'm just saying it's possible. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. But I mean, that's
It's a
Again,
good show.
I don't think they're going to do anything original for the Titan.
I don't
price
either.
Point.
That's why it's gonna be big
Now,
red.
if they just wanted to straight reissue Omega Supreme in those Sentinel colors, again, I'd buy 2. But
Gosh, I'm trying to think what it could be.
yeah. it's-
Speculating's
I
fun.
don't know.
I mean-
I'm thinking Tidal Wave.
Yeah, Tidal Wave. Could they make the Nemesis Tidal Wave? He looks like the Nemesis, but he's called Tidal Wave, or vice versa, or something. So that
I
way
think
they.
Tidal
you're-
Wave would be boring.
Again, you're getting too
What?
far away from what this design team shoots for, Don.
But they also give us these really deep cuts. So I
Sort
still
of.
think it could still swing some kind of mishmash that we aren't expecting this particular combination to give us. You know, I don't know.
I don't know. I just think that, like I said, this is based on nothing other than that rumor. But I could totally see them saying like, "Hi, we got you guys. The arc is in like almost all this art for the last 3 years. It was a Transformer all along. It's the final Titan in this trilogy, and here it is. And it's got all these kind of direct and indirect G1 things to it. Technically, the robot might be considered new, or it's called Teletran in robot mode or something. But you know,
I hope so. Prove me wrong,
It
please.
could just
Like, surprise me.
playset. The arc could just be a playset.
Yeah.
A Titan class playset.
oh, that'd be so weird.
I'd buy it.
I mean, I wouldn't mind. No, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah.
That would be really weird to actually put out a toy.
I like John's idea. Just call the robot Teletran, and just make it a really cool robot.
Is it Teletran 1 or 2 diecast?
You could do both.
Yeah. Oh, and here's something else I just thought of, tangentially related. What if What if they use the papercraft stuff from the BotCon? I mean, from the San Diego box a few years ago, and the box is the volcano.
Hmm.
You
you
unfold the box, and the box is the volcano, and you can put the toy in the diorama.
Because that's San Diego Comic-Con packaging and not retail packaging.
Would be neat, though.
But the cost would be about the same. Look at that Dinobot set was about $150, wasn't it? Because it came with the transforming papercraft.
Oh, I never got that.
That was about $150 or so. That's around Titan price.
I never got the G.I. Joe set either.
I only have the SDCC stuff I got sent, but I am still so happy to have Primitive Skateboarding Optimus Prime.
Yep.
I still want an adapter for this new stuff so I can just like hook a skate park up to whatever.
Okay, Egus brought up something good. Fortress Tiberius. That would be. I still want that.
I mean, it's not going to happen, but that would be awesome.
I know. No, I mean,
I would buy that. I would absolutely.
I forgot about it, but I forgot about it. But it's like, yeah, I would buy that.
Okay. Hey, people watching live, I think we've speculated enough. It's late. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
You're awesome.
Take
Bye,
care,
y'all.
everybody.
Yeah, and I got a big day tomorrow of
Bye,
moving
you too?
stuff around, so I am going to head out, guys. Y'all take care.
Bye, Don. Bye,
Bye, guys.
Twitch.
Take care, Don.
I'm out too, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Later, Diecast.
Y'all.